Hello and welcome to another video. This time I'm doing a video on SimCity. Now this is the SimCity that's out in March, I believe it is. Currently it's in closed beta just for today and tomorrow. I've got one of them codes. I've had a quick go on it. I couldn't actually get onto a brand new city because unfortunately it was playing up and it wouldn't let me have it. I think all the cities have been claimed, unfortunately. But I managed to play a bit of tutorial, so I've got some footage from that. Everything in the game so far in these videos is like it's obviously not the finished product. It's like I say, it's closed beta, and they're still putting the finishing touches on things. I just want to find out a load of bugs to make the fundamental part of the game work, and then after that point it goes into well, I don't know if they're doing open beta or not, but well, they haven't really got long before it's released, so I suppose it probably won't unless I do it for a day or something. But anyway, yeah, the little playthrough the tutorial, it looks pretty good actually. It looks a lot more in depth to what I remember. The last SimCity that I played was SimCity 4. I've got it in front of me, and I found that game for me. I spent hours playing that game. Oh my word, I spent so long at college and stuff when I didn't have any work to do, just playing that, and I was never really any good at it. I could balance the books to an extent, but I could never really please anybody. And there wasn't really very much. There was some flexibility, but when you went, how would I put it? When that game was out, you thought, wow, you can do a lot on this game. This is like unbelievably good. Like you can control all sorts of stuff. But on this one, there's a hell of a lot more options. It's pretty crazy. I mean, some of the options I came across, you can actually, it's easier to connect to other cities. That's a good one. For me, it's a lot easier to connect to a different city than the old one, from what I've seen anyway. Because you used to have to, like, if you wanted to share resources, it was an absolute ball ache having to connect masses of pipework to the next city. So unless the tutorial didn't actually tell me properly, because obviously I can't get into the actual game. Unless it didn't tell me properly, that looks a lot easier. And also residential, well, zoning. How you used to have to zone areas like residential, industrial, commercial. Those are now free, so you can just place down any zone anywhere that you want. But obviously, those zones have, well, you've got to place them in the right areas. So one thing that I read on the blog, actually, I was reading it on the blog. If you put an industrial area upwind from a residential area, the smoke from that industrial area affects the houses, and the people in those houses can get sick, which I think is actually really, really good. If that actually does happen in the game, that's actually amazing, because it's just like it's just another level of like depth to the game. I think that's pretty good idea. It also, with schools, you don't have to build a ton more schools. You used to have to just randomly build schools here, there and everywhere. You can actually add little modules and extra classrooms onto the edge of them, which is an absolutely awesome idea. So it's almost like an upgrade. So you can upgrade like certain buildings. I don't know if that's the only one, but you can upgrade different buildings. Roads are easier to upgrade, so instead of having to demolish a road, you can just upgrade it through one of the menus. So you can go from like 2-lane to 4-lane, well, anyway, really, turn it into a highway or whatever. So that's another fantastic feature that saves you having to keep digging up road. I mean, obviously it costs money to upgrade it, but it's a little bit easier and a lot less faffing about trying to pick out the right road only to find it doesn't actually work. So I used to I built a highway through the middle of for some reason, my old city. I built a massive highway right down the middle of the map. Ended up with no money because I was an absolute genius and spent it all on this huge highway that did absolutely nothing. And then discovered I didn't have a clue how to connect to it. So that was kind of annoying. What else is there? The graphics I found, well, the layout of the screen is it's very much like The Sims. I mean, obviously that's something that's worked for Maxis. They've worked on previous games where they've done that, and they've obviously adopted the exact same style for SimCity, which I think is actually a welcome inclusion, because the the navigation on The Sims was pretty easy actually, with those little options like to the side, the little block like bubble things. They were they made it a lot easier to find your way around. That was on The Sims. It was like, was it life? There was like a life option to actually play through it, and then there was the clothing option. There was a building option, wasn't there? And it's kind of similar on this. You've got like different bits you can click on, like, you know, neighbours. There's like your city. There's what else is there? There's other stuff basically. Anyway, there's other bits and bobs on there that you can just choose between, which makes it a lot easier to navigate. What else? Still a free roaming camera, so you can just roam around it wherever you want, rotate, slide about, zoom in, zoom out, blah de blah. And yeah, that was it. We went into another city as well, and I believe I witnessed a meteor shower, which was pretty strange but pretty cool actually as well. So I'm glad to see they've got these little natural disasters and so on in there. I'm very much hoping they include UFOs in that, and dinosaurs in that, and anything else. I mean, I remember, was it on the first one, I used to just randomly send, it was on the Amiga I think I played one of them, and I just randomly send all these like disasters through. That was pretty cool. And on the last one, it was nice to just have this massive city that you could load up and then just completely demolish it. Sounds a bit harsh, I know, and it sounds a bit like I'm a bit mental. Like, you know, like I need some kind of like help, but no, it was part of the charm of the game. This fact that you could like, you could just take a massive city, like I think there was one from Manhattan on there or something, and you could just like go, right, I want a thunderstorm on there, or I want a hurricane on there. I know you wouldn't wish it on anybody in real life. I won't wish it on anybody in real life, but it's a game. And because it's a game, I know it's not actually real, and I know it's not actually happening, and I know it's not actually hurting anybody. So it's really satisfying to set UFOs on it, or set a meteor shower on it, and just watch the city just completely decimated, and have absolutely nobody left in the city, and you'd be there like, job well done. What else is there? I've actually pre-ordered the Dulux. I ain't got the paint one. I've got the deluxe version coming, and it's got heroes and villains in it, which would be pretty cool. So hopefully when that arrives, I'll do a few Let's Plays. We'll have a look. We'll get a superhero in the city. Hopefully be able to customise him, put in like you know, whatever features you want, dress him up however you want. That would be pretty cool. And yeah, I'll do a few Let's Plays on that, and I'll show you the actual game itself when I can actually finally play. So yeah, thanks for watching, and like, subscribe, comment, blah de blah, all that kind of stuff. Everything's appreciated that you do. And yeah, I'll see you again next time. Bye.